For the first time all year, the Leafs get shut out. And it's by the Los Angeles Kings as they lose 1-0 in the shootout. And Leaf fans are going to start freaking out. You know, the Leafs have lost 2 straight games. They've lost 2 straight games to 2 not-so-great teams. Both teams, San Jose and LA, have now won 4 straight games each. Maybe San Jose's lost since then, but when they did beat us, I think it was 4 straight. First off, I want to apologize for the, obviously, the next day upload. I was dead last night and basically fell asleep, and I had no opportunity to do it. So here we are talking about this game, and you know what? Look, I've come to the realization with this Leafs team that we just want them to get in the playoffs. I don't care how many points you have. Get in. So, with that being said, the Leafs get the 1 point from the shootout loss. The Florida Panthers lost in overtime to the Boston Bruins. So you guys can do the math. We both get the same amount of points. Therefore, we don't gain any ground. We don't lose any ground. They still have 1 game in hand. We are 5 points up on the Florida Panthers. And the Leafs are back in action tonight against Anaheim in Anaheim, taking on the Ducks. And the Ducks are not a very good hockey club. And how have they been lately? Have they been on a crazy streak lately? No, they won their last game. They beat Colorado in OT, but that was it. So, you want to get a dub on the road on the West Coast road trip. You're on a second night of a back-to-back, and plus you just lost in a shootout and didn't score a goal. And it's not like the Leafs didn't try. It's not like they didn't have any opportunities. They had 36 shots on net. I don't know, at least a couple posts in there as well. Jonathan Quick, the Leafs just couldn't beat him. Jonathan Quick turned back the clock and was really, really good. You know, obviously a 36-save shutout is pretty damn good. Frederik Andersen didn't allow any on his 30 shots. But then it goes to the greatest thing in hockey, the shootout. And that's how the winner is decided. Now, I kind of get that, though, in a 0-0 game. Because at that point, we're like, all right, we kind of want to go home now. But, again, the Leafs didn't play a terrible hockey game. Yes, they didn't capitalize on the 3 power plays. Well, they also didn't allow LA to score on any power plays. They were 0 for 3. It was just one of those games, where you couldn't score. And somehow you got a point out of it. So I get it. Moral victories suck. And I get that we wanted 2 points. And I know you probably wanted that extra point on Florida. But the fact that you got the 1, I'll take it. Because for us, we're in the driver's seat. You get points. Florida's going to be just scratching and clawing. And they've lost 4 straight games. And by the way, the Leafs do not play Saturday, Sunday, or Monday this weekend. Coming up here, and Florida plays on Saturday and Monday. So they would equal out those games made up. So we'll be able to see after that kind of where they're sitting. But what did I like about this game today? Because we got to think about the positives, without the negatives in this game last night for the Leafs. I like the energy they played with. I understand they didn't score a goal. I get that. And they didn't give up a goal. Let's leave that out there. And only allowed 30 shots and won in shots. I know the shots total is a meaningless stat. I'm not saying who dominated the game, but I'm just saying the fact that you only allowed the 30 opportunities tells you that the Leafs didn't play a very bad hockey game. It's just they ran into a goalie at the wrong time who was making a lot of big saves. Look at San Jose, guys. Remember that one that trickled behind Martin Jones and he found a way to make that, find a way to pull it back? If I'm not mistaken, if that goes in, we're tied. But instead, they come down, and they score and they run away with the game. How many times did Jonathan Quick rob people yesterday? Quite often. It just happens sometimes, guys. It just does. And am I mad the Leafs lost? Am I upset the Leafs lost? Yeah, of course. Because I want my team to win. But the fact that you got a point in a game where you just could not find a way to score, there's got to be some sort of victory in that. Now, you're on the second night of a back-to-back. You got Anaheim tonight, obviously, like I said. You got to find a way to win a game, though. As much as these points are moral victories and all that, you want 2 points. You want to put the pressure on Florida. Yes, they don't play tonight. They play Saturday and Monday. But you want to put the pressure on them. And for the Leafs, you lose tonight, they got all the momentum back, even though they've lost 4 straight games. Because they'll have 2 games in hand. They win both those games. That's 4 points. They'll only be 1 point back of us. And then we're not in breathing room anymore. You win tonight. You go up, 7 points with only 2 games in hand for Florida. And if they lose one of those in the weekend, we're in good shape. So you know what? The Leafs can control their own destiny. And I think that's the key right there. The Leafs can only control what they can control. And if they go out there tonight against a Ducks team who is not very good, and I'm going to look at the injuries to kind of see who's injured for them. Patrick Eaves, Ryan Kessler, Branson, Cam Fowler's out, Hampus Lindholm's day-to-day, and Josh Manson's day-to-day. Are they in the lineup tonight? They're out. It was Wednesday, so no. So I don't know about Hampus Lindholm tonight, and Josh Manson's day-to-day. Is he going to be ready to go tonight? Sideline for Wednesday's game. So we're not too sure about those guys, but if that's the case, they don't have Cam Fowler, Hampus Lindholm, or Josh Manson. That is 3 top 6 defensemen for that team. Hell, 3 top 4, really. And you look at the Leafs, they get Cody Ceci back tonight. I don't know if he'll be in the lineup tonight or not. He was activated, so I'm assuming he's going to be ready to go. And a lot of Leaf fans have those mixed feelings about Cody Ceci, but I'm just trying to sit here like this, guys. He's a regular defender that we've had in all year long, and you got him back. So the whole experiments with Calle Rosen, and yes, Marincin had that magical goal that was stupid, but it was hilarious. It was great. I'm glad one of those guys aren't going to play. Now, am I happy it's Cody Ceci coming back and not a Riley or Muzzin? Well, no, definitely not. But the fact that you got somebody back that's your guy basically heading into the playoffs, it's nice to have. And you can take it for what it is. You can like it, you can not like it. I'm not going to, it's my opinion, it's your opinion, doesn't really matter. But it's good to see him back out there again, just for the fact of guys building up chemistry for the playoffs. And let's talk about those playoffs real quick, because the Leafs lost a 1-0 game yesterday in a shootout. What are we going to talk about, right? Leaf fans are freaking out, right? About, even if we get in the playoffs, we're going to get absolutely destroyed. And we all do kind of somewhat agree with that. But then I say this to you. In the NHL postseason, everything is up for grabs. The reason I say that, let's go back to the last 2 Stanley Cups, okay? Or the playoffs. Did you expect Columbus to sweep Tampa last year? No. Did you expect the St. Louis Blues to win the Stanley Cup? No. Let's go back to the year prior. Did you expect Washington to get past Pittsburgh? No, we expect the same narrative all the time. They got past them. Did you expect them to win the Cup? No. Did you expect Vegas, out of all teams, to go all the way and make it to the Cup Finals? No. This is why I'm trying to tell people, the NHL playoffs is a crapshoot. You have no idea. You can have expectations, you can have numbers in front of you, you can have this. But all I'm telling you is if you get in, anything's up for grabs. And it looks like, from the standings-wise, for example, the Leaf fans, let's talk about this. Last year, the Boston Bruins were not having a good stretch. And the Tampa Bay Lightning, I think, were red hot to end the year, or maybe it was vice versa. And we thought to ourselves, we don't want to see Tampa, because no one wants to see the Tampa Bay Lightning. We'd rather face the Bruins than Tampa. Some people might disagree with that, but I think if we all look back to what happened last year, before the postseason, you would agree with me that Tampa Bay of last year, that team who was freakishly good in the regular season, and the Bruins, who were a good team, but you didn't really expect them to do much, yet they made the Stanley Cup final. You'd rather face those Bruins. Well, Tampa gets swept. The Leafs lose to Boston. Then Boston sweeps Carolina, who beat Washington out of all teams. The playoffs are insane. If the Leafs get in and they face Tampa, I don't know what's going to happen. Do I have an idea that the Leafs probably aren't the favorite? Yeah. But do I know for a fact they're going to lose the series? Your guess is as good as mine. So Leaf fans, I get it. This team may be not so pretty, with guys like Cody Ceci on the blue line, and Marincin and Calle, those guys on the blue. You're not very happy with guys like that on the blue line. But the fact that you're in a playoff spot still, with 3 top 6 defensemen that you've had all year out, and you're still in the playoffs, you're 5 points in the playoffs. I mean, where's to complain about? Yeah, Florida hasn't been playing good. So, remember last year? We were about how many points clear of a playoff spot? So many. Yeah, we still got knocked out in the first round. Does it really matter how many points you win by? No. As long as you get in. And the Leafs right now are in a good situation. But as I said earlier, they have to control their own destiny. Well, I guess they control their own destiny, really. And that all starts tonight. Well, I guess it continues. Tonight in Anaheim, 10 o'clock puck drop there. It's probably going to be Jack Campbell and John Gibson as the goaltenders in that matchup tonight against the Ducks. Leafs come out there tonight and they get a win. They had 3 points out of possible 6 on the West Coast trip. Yeah, the teams aren't good, but the fact that you got 3 out of 6 and you're putting pressure on Florida, that's fine. They got to do a job, though. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. A little bit of a different video than we're all used to. But we're also not used to a 1-0 shootout loss. So, hit that like button if you guys know the video. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, and your thoughts about all the things I talked about in this video. Because I wanted to touch on those things, and I thought, you know what, this video is probably a good idea to do so. Kind of the, a lot of playoff talk before the playoffs, right? Assuming the Leafs are going to get in, which we all hope and pray they are. But, again, I wanted to break that all down for you guys. My opinion, if you have other opinions, let me know in the comments below. All right, so smack the subscribe button, that like button, and comment down below if you guys are interested. Twitter is down below as well for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, guys, do all that great stuff. Also, the Patreon link is down below, so if you're interested in signing up, the link is down below. And I will talk to you guys Rappers Edition. Well, we'll talk to you guys very shortly, Rappers Edition, as I'm going to be doing that video as the Raptors beat the Golden State Warriors yesterday in Golden State. Steph Curry's return to the lineup. We'll talk about that very shortly. And as for our Leafs, I'm going to try my best to stay awake and talk to you guys tonight as the Leafs are in Anaheim taking on the Ducks. Jack Campbell, John Gibson are the expected goaltenders in that game. 10 o'clock puck drop there in Anaheim. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys know the video. Talk to you guys then.